And see, family, I call it the rude awakening moment that we all must face. It was called his road to Damascus. He was going to kill and lock up some Christians. And let's get that straight. He was going to kill some of the people of the book, the people of the way, as we were called back then. Only Christians, the word Christian was a derogatory or cuss word, just like nigga, that they used to call the people of the book back then. But it's history, you gotta look it up. Do your own due diligence. Well, Paul, who didn't know the Most High at that moment, came to know him very intimately. And like I said, he had an intimate relationship with this idea of having a zeal for Yahushua, but was in fact kicking against the prick. So where does that leave us, Robert? Back to pride. See, Saul was so prideful at his position and stance that he was holding coats for folks killing the Most High's people. Which, in fact, means he was murderer. He was a murderer also. That's why they said he was holding coats for him. Because he was at the point of power, or in the seat of power. He didn't have to get his hands dirty. He just gave the command. Go get him, I'll hold your coat. Oh boy. But what happens with pride? It goes before a fall. And we see that in Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And family, folks fight against this truth of who our people are, and us being the people of the book. They're so prideful and come with so much venom and hatred as to how can you be anything but who you are. Get back down on the bottom of the totem pole and shut your mouth. Just like in the when them NBA players be balling, they say shut up and dribble. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You don't have no point. You can't make no point. All you are is a slave that we pay very well to keep your mouth shut and entertain us. So entertain us and shut up. But no. We're done dealing, family. Some of us are. We're done dealing. We're not taking the check. We're not taking the threats. Nothing from the world. We don't want it no more. All we want is the Most High's will to be done in and through our lives. And that's a show of maturity, family, as we spoke on before. It's a show of maturity, and we all must be mature in this walk with the Most High in order to continue on His kingdom's work. Because see, one thing about it is, family, it has nothing to do with us. We're only a piece of the puzzle. And we'll understand it better by and by. In Romans 1:22 through 32 really brings this idea home to what the point we're trying to make today. It says, professing themselves to be wise, they become fools. And I call it, they have the I know demon. Oh boy. Or my understanding. Or my truth. That's a devil. And change the glory of the uncorruptible Most High into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and to four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore the Most High gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Oh boy. Oh boy. And then they want to say that commandments are done away with, not to have no kind of relationship with them. Even the 10, they come back and say. But this is some of the things that the Most High is giving them up to. Wherefore the Most High gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And here's the point, family. Who changed the truth of the Most High Elohim into a lie. Oh boy. So they're saying right is wrong and wrong is right, huh? Just like the picture Caesar Borgia, the image they gave us of Yahushua, and everything else that follows that. And we as a people following this image and all that they spoon-fed us through the church, through the Eurocentric Christianity doctrine, which means they took the Most High's word, whitewashed it, took out all the good, and presented us the lie. That you can do as you will. That you can love the lust of the world, the lust of the flesh. But that's the main point. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Pastor, bishop, themselves more than anything else. That's the point. They put themselves above the Most High's word. And that's the point we was making with putting the cart before the mule. They want the goods. And like we said, that was a strong point that we made. Thank you, Father. So we could say in this idea that the kingdom or the Ruach HaKodesh is a mule, and we are the rider on the cart with all of our stuff in tow needed to build our portion of the wall. So this stuff that's been added to us is only to build the Most High's kingdom. Our portion of the wall, our portion of the kingdom, our quota of fish that Yahushua is causing us to be fishermen of men to retrieve for the kingdom. But we think that stuff is houses, cars, clothes, women, whatever our hearts desire. And that's a big point there. We say that the Most High gives me my heart's desires. But no, he don't. Not that lustful heart of desires. He gives you your desire for the kingdom building. See, that's why a lot of us stay broke, stay hungry, stay under their sin and folly, and continue to make the same mistakes over and over. Because we have the wrong, what's the text? No, thank you, Father. He gave me that text this morning about praying amiss. See, that's what praying amiss means. We're calling on him for the wrong things. And he says, is that really going to help build my kingdom? Or is that going to destroy you? Oh boy. And there we go. Number 7, Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. That you shall not be a priest to me, seeing how you have forgotten the law of the Most High, I will also forget your children. Oh boy. See how they forgot what, family? The law of the Most High. See, family, something we must understand right here and now from this point forward in our lives. And you can't shake this idea and say nobody told you. In every kingdom there's laws, statutes, and commands. You can't say that the laws of America has been done away with because Jesus came. Oh boy, who wrote the laws? Almost every law that's put in order, that's in order, is derived from the book. They derived them orders and laws and statutes from the book. Of course, we got a whole bunch of sinful, devilish laws that's been put on the books. But you better not break none of them. And you call yourself being in this country. Because you will get the repercussions of breaking the law. They say it's the same in the Most High's kingdom. Don't think you can go into his kingdom living any kind of way. That's why he say, get rid of the lust of the flesh. Get rid of the lust of the eyes. Because this is that world system where they tell you can do anything you want to do. So no, you can't go back and say the laws and statutes are done away with. Because how are you going to make it into the kingdom and you don't want to follow the laws? You want to go 100 miles per hour down the Kingdom Highway on the streets of gold. Say if that was it. But you don't want to follow the rules. Say we make it into the kingdom, this physical earthly kingdom, when the Most High takes us back to our land. How are you going to survive and you don't want to follow the laws? Do you think the brethren are going to allow you to break the Most High's laws after we've been sent into captivity, into this slavery for the last 400 years? After we have been through all the suffering our people have went through for the last 2,000 years because of our stupidness. There we go. The text just said, we're going to get to this point right now. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High, I will also forget your children. So family, tell me this, who is the law of the Most High? Who's the word of the Most High? Yahusha, right? Yes, indeed. Who wrote him? He did. He was the finger of the Most High. He was the physical representation that gave Moses the laws. Yahusha. So, when the text says, seeing that you have forgotten the law of the Most High, I will also forget your children. Oh boy. So he's basically saying right there, since you forgot me, I'm going to forget you and your children. And we see that here in Luke 23 and 28. And but Yahushua turning unto them said, daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. Oh boy. And let's give a background to this story here. Like I said, but why would he say that to them? Because we see here in Matthew 27, 24, and 30. I don't even have to say nothing else about it. When Pilate saw that he could not prevail, but that rather a atonement was made, or a big, what you call them things? They wanted to incite a riot. A big riot was coming on. He took water, washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See you to it. Do what you do. Just person. And that's coming from our enemies. Now you know if your enemy don't find no fault in you, but your people do. Let's continue. Then answered all the people. Who? All the people. Who? All the people. And said, his blood be on us and our children. Then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he had scourged Yahusha, he delivered him to be crucified. So that's going to be our time, family. We're not going to belinger this idea anymore. But because our forefathers said, forget you, let the blood be on our hands, crucify him. That's what we're paying for now, family. That's what we're paying for right now. When our forefathers said crucify him, we want Barabbas, set Barabbas free. And that's the state of our people till this day. Don't give us righteousness. Don't give us the truth. Give us a lie. The script, itching ears. Tell us it's okay for us to do what we want to do. Tell us it's alright. If not, we ain't gonna pay you. If not, we're not gonna give you that Cadillac, that house. But that's where we find ourselves now, family. That's the reason why we're in the situation we're in. And Yahusha said, don't cry for me. You Negroes the one that didn't receive me. Just like the text said, he came into his own, but his own received him not. So does that mean the Most High has damned Israel forever? No. Israel is forever. So that replacement theology goes out the door. And we'll put that script in there. But the question is, if you are not trying to be part of the solution, stop bringing me your problems. Or don't bring me your problems. Stop crying to me about your mess that you keep putting yourself in. What this old saying goes, if you make your bed, lie down in it. Get a good night's sleep. Or try to. And this is the state of our people. Even though somebody break down the scripts to you, word by word, show it to you, have you read it, you still come back and say, no, that ain't how I understand it. Okay. See, what you have done is you've hardened your heart. And in hardening your heart, the Most High turned you over. What the text say, he turned you over to the lust of your own flesh. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. Even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one towards another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain Yahuwah in their knowledge, pardon me, family, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. See, family, you can find, just like it said, covenant breakers. You can find a breaking of the covenant, a breaking of the law, statutes and commands in each of those things. But yet we have lying folks saying that we shouldn't have no relationship with the Most High's covenant, His word. Basically, he's saying you can do whatever you want to do. See, that part he didn't speak out loud, but that's what he was saying. You can do whatever you want to do. Just come back and say, Lord, forgive me. He did say, we're not to have any relationship with the law, statutes, commands, saying that there's over 200, 600 some laws, sarcastically. But he's saying all this is okay. Who you with? In the famous words of Bernie Mac, who you with today? Are you part part of the problem. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.